Sam Hovan here. Welcome to the Bullring. It's Tuesday night. It's time to talk about Matador athletics, the week that was, the week that will be, and everything else in between. We've got some great guests today. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. The Toro Bowl happened this past weekend. We're going to have head football coach Tom Minik joining us, as well as the men's and women's basketball teams picked up important conference wins. The men getting there first. We've got Charles Harrow joining us on the show today. He's the men's head coach. And women's coach Patrick Cunningham as his team continues to climb back up the standings in Arizona Community College Athletic Conference play. That's all coming up here in the Bullring on AWC TV.
I'm Andre.
I'm Autumn.
I'm Cody.
I'm Haley.
I'm Sarah Ann.
I'm from Fresno, California.
Wilton.
Parker.
Yuma.
San Luis, Arizona.
I'm a business major.
Media arts major.
General studies major.
Business major.
Architecture major.
I am Arizona Western.
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 Arizona Western College spring classes start January 12th. Visit azwestern.edu/spring for more details.
Sam Hovan back with you on the Bullring. Now I'm joined by head football coach Tom Minik. Thanks for joining me, Coach.
Thank you.
You guys had a great El Toro Bowl win this past Saturday, 38-14, although that doesn't do the defense justice.
Defense played really well. If it wasn't for them, we'd be hurting a little bit, you know. They came out and they were ready to play, turned the ball over and made some plays and scored a touchdown for us. And I think they had 10 sacks on the day, so they played really well. Offense, on the other hand, didn't really show up, and that kind of hurt us. But other than that, we're happy to be 11-1, and there's not too many teams out there that can say they're 11-1, and we tied the school record, and our kids have a lot to be proud of this year.
I was saying, now you've got two 11-1 seasons. You're the only coach actually who's ever won 11 games here at Arizona Western.
That's good, but it's all about the kids. The kids have won, have to play. You know, when you don't ride the Kentucky Derby on a mule, so you got to find those kids that can play and get them in here and coach them up a little bit, and they take care of the rest.
Now, I want to talk about defensive MVP Randy Ricks. I mean, his numbers from the game are just outstanding. 12 tackles, 3 sacks, 5.5 tackles for loss. He forced the fumble that got returned for a touchdown. I mean,
might have been his best performance since he's been here, and Randy did a great job for us this year and really turned it on the last 3 or 4 games when he was healthy. And, you know, Randy's going to have a great career at San Diego State.
And I know right now is kind of, you've got to go out and hit the recruiting road, but you've also got a lot of schools calling in and saying, hey, are these guys available? Mm-hmm. I know that you've mentioned you've had a fair number of guys going to D1 schools. Where are some of the guys headed next year?
Well, Chukwuemachi's going to Georgia. Right now, Raymond Epps is going to Arizona State. Paul McGlory is going to Arizona. Damiola is going to South Alabama. And then we got like 5 or 6 of them still out there, haven't made up their mind on what they're doing. So, I mean, we'll have a total of probably 10 to 12 BCS kids like we usually have. And this is about our program. Our program's done really well getting our kids graduated and moving them on to 4-year schools. And we've had over 50-some BCS kids since I've been here, and which is a great thing. You know, we say 92% of our starters, you know, receive some kind of scholarship, you know, if it's Division II, 1AA, or the BCS schools. So just because we say 50 BCS schools, that's just not 50 kids. I mean, 92% of our kids that started for us end up playing somewhere.
And that's a great number, because at some point it is all about the education.
Correct. It's all about the education, moving the kids on to the 4-year schools, and shoot, there'll be doctors and lawyers and stuff out there someday, and it happens, and they'll call back and say, Coach, got my degree, I'm doing this, doing that, and you're going, wow, you know, you just need to push them along a little ways, and they do a great job, and that's what we're here.
I want to say thanks again, and congratulations on just an incredible season, Coach Minik. 11-1 for the second time, only coach to do that in school history. We've got more here on the Bullring about Matador athletics coming up right after the break.
I'm Andre. I'm from Fresno, California. I'm a business major. I am Arizona Western.
AWC offers flexible scheduling to fit your life. Visit azwestern.edu/spring to register for spring classes at AWC.
Sam Hovan back with you here on the Bullring on AWC TV. I'm joined now by women's basketball coach Patrick Cunningham. Thanks for coming, Patrick.
Great to be here.
And you guys had a great win last week. Only one game, but you took out Tohono O'odham 81-66.
Yeah, we'll call it a 2-win week since we took out Coach East and moved that game up to Veterans Day, and so we got the win there. And then Tohono O'odham, an improved team. Shot the ball really well against us, and once we lost to Phoenix, that put a target on our back. The teams down below are all going to be shooting for us, and and surprisingly enough, Phoenix College goes out and beats Central Arizona. So a good statement for our league. Our league is much improved. It's going to be fun to kind of go through this year and see what happens because there's a lot of competitive teams.
Well, and I know something we talked about Wednesday night was that there are no free games in the league this year.
Yeah, outside of maybe South Mountain, they've got a coaching change. They're really struggling. But other than that, Scottsdale's improved. Glendale defeated Pima in overtime. You've got Phoenix College doing what they've done. And then Eastern Arizona right now, they got the mojo. They're ranked 7th in the country, undefeated. And, we'll face them Saturday and just see how that goes.
And so this week we've got a game tomorrow night. You guys are headed out to Chandler Gilbert.
Yeah.
And then you head out Saturday night to take on Eastern. Let's look at that Chandler Gilbert game first.
Yeah, Chandler Gilbert, a new arena, gym, I guess you'd say. But, they used to play in this old rec center way out there on the east side of the valley. And it was just kind of a cracker box place. So, a nice facility from what I understand. They're a team that just plays hard. They all wear knee pads for a reason. They get after it. They get on the floor. May not be the most talented team out there, but they're going to compete for 40 minutes, and you got to bring your game. And I think our guys, hopefully, are starting to understand that you've got to come ready to play every night.
And of course, it's always nice to know that you have Stephanie Schmidt on your team. Another great game for her this past Wednesday night. She now leads the conference with over 23 points a game.
Yeah, I think she's in top 5 in the nation in scoring right now. She's been very consistent. Teams know that she's going to come out and get her points, and they're trying to take her away. But to her credit and the rest of the guys' credit, we're moving the ball around. We're getting other people involved, and she doesn't have to get them all right away. So, it just over the 40 minutes, she's ended up knocking down shots. And fortunately for us, we're getting some other people picking up the slack as well.
Well, and you can see what she does, especially. She's not only a high-volume three-point shooter, but she also shoots an extremely good percentage. She makes more than 5 threes a game, attempts more than 12 threes a game. That adds up to a better than 40% three-point shooter.
Yeah, and really as a team, we're shooting it pretty well. So we've got other kids that can step up and knock them down. And Kaya Marici, she's capable of knocking them down. She's having a little bit of freshman up and downs here and there, but it's okay though. We know she's going to take the next shot, and we want to get Safulu involved in the offense a little bit. We've got kids that can hit shots, and we're just a lot different offensively this year, and I think the league's starting to figure that out, that we're not just this high-low post-dominated offense that we've been like for years.
And then we look ahead to Saturday's game, not to look past Chandler Gilbert, not anything like that, but just another matchup, big conference matchup, this time with an Eastern Arizona team that is really on a roll.
Yeah, they are really playing well. He's done a good job. We kind of springboarded that last year in the semifinal when we had them. Could have went to the national tournament. They squeaked out an overtime win, and they've kept it going. For whatever reason, they're very aggressive. They get to the free throw line quite a bit. They're shooting for a high percentage. So and they've got a pretty sticky defense. It's going to be an interesting matchup on Saturday. We got to take care of Wednesday first.
All right, best of luck to you this week, Coach.
All right, no problem.
Thanks for joining me on the Bull Ring. We're back with more right after the break here on AWC TV.
I'm Haley. I'm from Yuma. I'm a media arts major. I am Arizona Western.
Arizona Western College offers flexible scheduling to fit your life. Visit azwestern.edu/spring to register for spring classes at AWC.
Sam Hovan back with you here on the Bull Ring on AWC TV. I'm joined by head basketball coach Charles Harrow. Thanks for coming, Coach.
Not a problem, Sam.
So you guys picked up your first conference win last week over Tohono O'odham, a game that was extremely close, extremely tight throughout, 79-75.
Yeah, it was a really big win. It was good to get our first conference win of the season.
And you guys have had a little bit of, I wouldn't say trouble, but just kind of trying to figure out who to use as a starting lineup, how to get the rotation set. But it seems like now you guys have a rotation that you say, you know what, this works for us.
Yeah, I felt like we've just kind of stuck with the starting lineup since we've won 3 games in a row. I wasn't going to change it after we beat Salish and Seward like we did. And we'll just probably stick with it for at least the next 2 games before we go into Christmas break.
So, and that's 2 games right before Christmas break. 2 road games. We'll talk about those first, and then we'll kind of look back at what happened on this past Wednesday night. But first, you're going to head out to Chandler, Arizona, taking on a Chandler Gilbert team, and then you're headed out to Eastern Arizona this coming Saturday.
Yeah, those are going to be 2 tough road games. We've only played 1 conference road game so far, and that was at Mesa a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully our guys are prepared. We already played in a tournament at Eastern Arizona earlier in the season, so we at least know what that trip's like.
And then we'll talk about a little bit. Wednesday night, you guys come in against Tohono O'odham. You're 0-4 in conference play, but you just won 2 straight, taking care of business at the Matador Classic. And then Ingrid Sewa has really provided a big spark in the starting lineup for you guys. He finished with a double-double, 16 points and 13 boards.
Yeah, if Ingrid can continue to play like that and we just get a little bit better perimeter shooting from our guards, we're going to have a chance to beat anybody in the conference. It can't all be Ingrid. It can't all be our perimeter shooting. We've had games where Ingrid hasn't played well, but our perimeter shooting has gone well. The last 3 games, Ingrid's played well. Our perimeter shooting's just been below average. So if we can ever get it all together on the same night, we're going to be pretty good.
And the real key to the game against Tohono O'odham was the free throw line. You guys shot 35 free throws. You knocked down 29 of them, and Ron Lee was clutch late.
Yeah, Ron has been struggling making 2 free throws in a row. I felt like all year he goes to the line, he makes 1, misses the other. I know he's not shooting 50%, but that's just what it feels like from where I'm standing. And but he came in and made really clutch ones at the end of the game against Tohono.
And then he finished with 20 points. But really the decisive play in the game, you talk about free throws down the stretch. Lee makes 6 of 6 to close it out. But Cameron Young drove to the hoop, got an and 1 with about a minute and a half left in the game, knocks down the free throw, gives you guys a 4-point lead.
Yeah, Cameron, to me, has been playing close to as good as Ingrid over the last 3 games. I mean, he's been making his outside shots. He's been attacking the basket. And now if we can just get him to play defense 100% of the time instead of 60% of the time, he's going to be pretty good.
And you guys have started to switch more to a zone. Is that specifically just due to the personnel that you have on the floor?
Yeah, Ingrid's way more capable in the zone. He struggles in man-to-man. Cameron and Akaje, when we were playing zone early in the year, I had 3 guards in the lineup. And now that I've moved, not that Cameron and Akaje can't be guards, but they're more forwards. So we've got 3 bigger guys on the back line in our zone that just helps our rebounding.
And then one guy that it was nice to see him start to pick things back up a little bit. It's been a struggle for Orlando Lopez, but he finally knocked down a couple of free throws, hit a couple of shots, finished with 10 points.
Yeah, Orlando has been not playing as well as he's capable, I would say, about 8 games in a row until the other night. Our guys kind of have to get used to the difference in him and Ingrid. I watch film and he's like running out on the break ahead of guys. All our guys have to do is throw it to him and he shoots layups. But they're used to Ingrid being in there who can't really do that. They're 2 different players, so our guys have to kind of compensate for what one can do and the other can't, and vice versa.
All right. Well, best of luck to you this week, and it should be a lot of fun. Look forward to the games tomorrow night in Chandler, Arizona, and then the one on Saturday in Eastern right before Christmas break. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
We've got more Matador Athletics coming up right after the break here on the Bullring on AWC TV.
I'm Alan. I'm from San Luis, Arizona. I'm a drafting major. I am Arizona Western.
Arizona Western College offers flexible scheduling to fit your life. Visit azwestern.edu/spring for more details.
Sam Hovan back with you here on the Bullring on AWC TV. I want to say thank you to all my guests today. Head football coach Tom Minik picking up his 11th win this season. Great season for the Matador football team. Also women's basketball coach Patrick Cunningham and men's basketball coach Charles Harrow. Those 2 teams are headed to play Chandler Gilbert tomorrow night. You can tune in on 560 AM KBLU. And then Saturday night, the 2 teams head out to Eastern Arizona for their final conference matchup before Christmas break. The women's basketball team does have a tournament at Pima Community College next week as well. I have to say thank you to Troy Boffman, filling in for Travis Mitchell, taking care of everything from cameras, as well as taking care of my timing. Make sure we get in and out on time. And of course, thank you to the fans. Without you, Matador Athletics just wouldn't be the same. So thanks for your support. Keep tuning in right here on the Bullring on AWC TV every Tuesday night at 7.